I'm joined now by Dr. Kristen Sewall. She's an audiologist with Alexiou Hearing and Sinus Center in Harrisonburg. And Kristen, what is new in hearing aids?
Right now we're pretty excited about the newest technology which allows patients to connect their hearing aids directly with items like their cell phone or their tablets, their computers, their television. So we're very excited about the newer technology that's available. We have had hearing aids for a while that are very small, but now we're able to even link the smallest of hearing aids to the technology that you want to link it to.
Show us how that's the whole hearing aid right here. Show us that and how easily that goes into the ear and behind the ear.
The hearing device usually links up behind the ear, sort of like your glasses would sit. And then there's a small earpiece that works its way down into the ear canal itself to transmit the sound to the eardrum.
Pull your hair back now. If you were a man, that's not very visible. But with a woman, the part behind the ear, you don't even see at all because of your hair.
With a haircut that covers the ear, you pretty much don't see any part of the hearing aid. With gentlemen, a lot of times I actually will use the color of the device to be the color of perhaps glasses, if they're wearing eyeglasses, so that you really think it's part of the eyeglasses rather than being aware of a hearing aid.
That's amazing how tiny it is. Now tell us some of the other technological advances.
Sure. What's really exciting is a lot of patients will complain that they have difficulty on the telephone. So what we found with cell phones, and particularly smartphones or any phone that has a Bluetooth connection, you can now actually wear this device I have on here, which allows you to take a call directly from your phone, and it goes directly to the hearing devices. So you can hear it in 2 ears, which really improves word understanding on a phone call. It makes it clear. Rather than holding a phone up to the ear, you can even now be hands-free. So it allows you to, if you're driving your car, you could use your cell phone and answer the call. All you have to do is reach up and press a button to take the phone call in both ears.
Fabulous. Now you've got some other devices here. Tell us what is this one?
This one is called a mini microphone. So this allows you to hand the microphone to another person. We're finding great use. A lot of times my patients will say in the household with a spouse or a family member, if it's difficult to hear that person, they can be wearing this device around the household because we don't often sit and talk to each other as you and I are right now. So it's nice to be able to move around the household. We've even had patients give this to their pastor in their church, where the pastor can be wearing it and they can hear the sermon much better. In fact, several people can link to one. So we have a couple of clients who go to the same church. Their pastor can be wearing the device, and all of them can be linked to it to hear the sound very well in both ears for at a distance as far as almost 30 feet.
What is this other device here?
This is a remote control, and this allows you to make adjustments to your hearing aids. You're able to turn them up or down. You can even change for different environments. If you walk into an environment that's noisy, you can press a button to reduce background noise and hear voices better. This is actually something that we've been working with a little bit more after studies came out last year showing that 48% of patients prefer to be able to adjust their hearing aid based on situations. So where the technology for a long time was to put the hearing aids on and not make adjustments, which still is appropriate for a lot of our patients, those who want to have control over the hearing device can do so by a remote control. This one has a visual screen, so it would allow the patient to see how loud or soft they're turning it, to see what program they're in. You can even label the programs. For example, you could have one labeled car. When they get in the car, they can press a button, it says car, and that's the program that they use in the car. They can also adjust them from the hearing aid itself, but this allows you to have another sort of a visual aid to look at what you're changing.
How do you know if you need a hearing aid?
That's a good question. Usually patients don't think that they have a hearing loss. They'll describe that they have difficulty understanding speech. They'll feel like people mumble. They might be turning the TV up louder. They're not always aware that it's a hearing loss because hearing loss isn't generally all or nothing. Hearing losses typically are going to be that you lose some of the sounds that you should be hearing properly, which then makes it difficult to understand words. That's really where we see difficulty for patients.
Okay, what is the process to getting a hearing aid?
In our office, it's very simple. Patients often will call if they say that they're having difficulty with hearing. We'll have them in for a hearing evaluation. So it's a basic hearing test to see if there's loss. We also, in our office, would have you see our physician, Dr. Alexiou, to see if you have any medical issues that need to be addressed. It can be as simple as there might just be impacted earwax that needs to be removed, or there can be things like ear infections, things that might need medication. But if not, if it's a straightforward hearing loss, we consider using hearing devices.
Okay, and is it difficult to use a hearing aid?
I think right now we've gotten better, just as the technology's become advanced, and it could make it so that you can be as high-tech as you want with your hearing device. You can also go really simple. I work with another type of hearing device that's rechargeable. So now with hearing aids, where normally you would change your batteries maybe every week or two, now you can even just put your hearing device in a charging station. This just plugs into your wall. You close the door at night. It charges your hearing aids overnight. The next day, your hearing aid's ready to go.
All right. So a lot going on in hearing aids. I want to thank Dr. Kristen Seawall, who's an audiologist with Alexiou Hearing and Sinus Center, for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.